Chidambaram, is there not an element of hypocrisy on the part of the opposition when the government had a centralized vaccine purchase program? Leading lights of the Indian opposition were saying that this government is dictatorial, it's authoritarian, it's control freak, it's not allowing states to go out and purchase vaccines. States should have the freedom, this should be done more democratically. Why can't states go out and buy themselves? And the moment the government tweaked its policy, you and several others like you jumped at the government's new policy and said this is wrong, suggesting that they pivot back to where they started out from.
I strongly object to your insinuation. You are welcome to swallow the government's false narrative, hook, line and sinker. Show me one word I've written.
Not you, sir. Not you. Not you, sir. I'm saying Congress leaders. Not you, sir. Not you. Not you. No, not you. I'm talking about Congress leaders. No, sir.
You raised your voice when you said you.
No, sir. No. I want to clarify this. I'm not saying you individually, but the Congress party and leading lights of the Congress.
I've understood your question.
Okay.
I've understood that. Now show me which Congress leader, speaking for the Congress party, said that states must buy the vaccine. From day one, I've been saying states cannot float a tender. In fact, day one, I said 30 states float a tender, and there's only a oligopoly of supply of vaccines to manufacturers. It will only push up prices. States cannot float a tender. States cannot buy the vaccine. What the states asked for, and some states, not all state health ministers, some states said, allow us to distribute the vaccine in the manner we like. Don't tell us 50% for center, 25% for state government hospitals, 25% for private hospitals. Leave that to us. You procure the vaccines, supply it to us, and we will distribute. That was a stand taken by the AIADMK health minister before the DMK took over, and the DMK has not changed its tune. Show me which health minister, and we are only in power in 3 states, Punjab, Chhattisgarh, and Rajasthan. Show me which of the 3 health ministers of Punjab, Rajasthan, and Chhattisgarh wanted state.
No, we saw from the government in Jharkhand, of which you're a part. We saw also from the government in Delhi, which you can say you have nothing to do with. The question was asked.
Jharkhand, we are not the government. We are a coalition partner. If you show me the statement of the Jharkhand minister, if the Jharkhand minister said Jharkhand must procure, I think he was wrong, and I have no hesitation in saying he's wrong.
Sure, I'm glad that you said.
No Congress minister said Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, and Punjab said we must be allowed to procure the vaccines.
But how do you respond to the charge that the government actually had a sensible policy? Now, you can say correctly that it's not Congress health ministers who said this, but leaders of the opposition did.
You withdraw.
No, I never said you. When I said you, I always meant the Congress, because from Rahul Gandhi onwards, they were attacking the government's policy on vaccination. What now you're suggesting, even Mr. Gandhi attacked the government's vaccination policy, said that the government was taking decisions in an authoritarian fashion, that they should be democratized and opened up more. And now you're essentially saying that, and which is perfectly logical, that having one buyer using his buyer's monopoly to try and hammer prices down is the right way to go, which is the right economic principle.
You have cleverly modified your statement. I still maintain the government should have framed the policy in consultation with the states. There should have been a meeting of the state chief ministers or state health ministers before you announce the policy. But I've never said, and we have never said, and show me Mr. Rahul Gandhi's statement. Show me Mr. Rahul Gandhi's statement, date, mode, media, and where it was published, that he said that the states should directly procure vaccines. Show me the statement.
No, the fact that they... No, you're setting the benchmark at a different level. I'm making a different point. The fact that they criticized the government's policy, criticized that all decisions were being taken by the central government and that this should be left to state governments. This was said by Mr. Gandhi himself.
You're modifying your statement. I still maintain, Rahul, all policy decisions on vaccine procurement, distribution should have been taken in consultation with the states. I still maintain that. In consultation with the states, the center should have said, we'll procure the vaccines and we want to distribute it this way. What do you have to say? the states would have said, give us this much of liberty to distribute it. They could have come to some arrangement. But the center should have consulted the states. But we never questioned the right and the prerogative and duty of the center to procure the vaccines. I mean, elementary economics. If there are two manufacturers,
Sure.
both have received advance supply orders from the central government, how will they sell to the state governments? And if 30 people are bidding between Maharashtra, which is a rich state, and Mizoram, which is a poor state, what chance is Mizoram and Tamil Nadu floated a tender? There are no bidders. I warned about it. I said there will be no bidders. There will be no bidders because why should they supply to you at a price that you quote, whereas the central government has fixed 300, 600 and 1,300? Don't mix up two things. Autocratic, centralized decision making is bad, period. But centralized procurement of vaccine was the only way out to procure the vaccines.